Folks, welcome to Ultimate Outdoor Cooking. We have our signature dish, mac and the big cheese. This is mac, I'm the big cheese. We're making mac and the big cheese for you out here in the woods. Pat, what do we have first?
All right, first thing we got to do is we have to prep our hamburger meat before we put it on the grill. As you can see that this is smoking right now because the grill's nice and hot, so we can get started on this recipe right away. Now, first thing that we need to do is we need to take our ground beef, and what we're going to do is we're just going to mix it up with our hands. Now, get our hands dirty.
This is mac and the big cheese. That's the recipe, which means it's going to be a nice, big, thick burger
with lots of flavor and lots of seasoning. Now, the first thing I'm going to take is I'm going to take some sweet basil, just dried basil right in there.
Okay.
And I'm going to take some Italian seasoning. Okay. And we're going to use how much, Mike?
About that much.
About that much, exactly.
Okay. We have a little garlic salt. Put that in there.
Then a little bit of ground seasonings of salt and pepper.
About that much.
About that much, exactly. Just like that. One,
We're going to put in these
three
gorgonzola crumbles right now.
Yeah. What we're going to do is I'm going to start working this seasoning.
Can I add some of this gorgonzola in there?
Pour some of that in there. Now I'm just going to start working it in because we wanted to make sure that it goes all the way throughout before we make our hamburger patties.
Okay. Now this is the blue cheese is going to, or the gorgonzola is going to sit inside the meat patty, and then when you cook it's going to melt, but it's also going to stay with all the flavors.
It's going to melt on the outside and the inside. So the outside cheese that melts is going to be nice and crusty, and the inside cheese is going to be nice and soft.
All right, let's put a little bit more of this in there. Let's make a patty. Let's put this thing on the grill. Okay. And over here, folks, is bacon, mac, and cheese. All right. This is a dish that we have on our new cookbook called Ultimate Camp Cooking. All right. It's already done. So if you want this particular part of the recipe, you're gonna have to go to.
What page can I find that on there, Mike?
I believe it's page 146 and 147 of Ultimate Camp Cooking, which you can find at Amazon or Barnes & Noble all around the country, or on ultimatecampcooking.com. So this is already done.
Yeah, so if you have the book,
Bacon,
go to the
mac,
book.
and
If you
cheese.
don't, you have to order the book.
You got to get the book.
All right,
all right.
so
now,
here's our
look
hamburger
at
meat. It's got all of our cheese in it.
Nice.
It's got all of our gorgonzola cheese and all of our seasonings nice mixed up.
Let's
So
make
now what
one
I'm going
patty.
to do?
Let's make one big patty.
Yeah, go ahead and open that up.
No, let's
what I'm
make
going
one
to do?
big one.
Oh, this is a big one. Oh, I see what you're talking about. You want to load it up.
I'm talking one hand like this right here.
Not recommended to use your bare hands. It's always recommended to use gloves, but Mike doesn't know how to follow the rules.
I'm an animal. What do you want me to say? All right.
Now,
So, yeah. I'm making a big fat one, patty. A big fat patty. Go figure. Hey, buddy. Shut up, Pat. All right, now, folks. This is going to be a lunch for more than just one person. This could probably feed. This burger right here is probably going to be able to feed about 3 or 4 people, or Pat.
just put it on there and shut the lid. And then go wash your hands, you filthy pig.
How long does it take to cook this?
Because of the thickness and how big it is, it's going to take a little bit longer than a normal burger. But you want to make sure that the burger's going to be cooked just enough in the center so you're not going to get sick. So probably about 10 minutes on each side.
Okay.
And then keep an eye on it so it doesn't start to overflame. But we didn't have a lot of grease in this burger, so it's not going to really catch on fire for us. So we're going to shut the lid.
Okay.
Yes. All right. As you can see, the blood is starting to push up from the burger, which is a good sign that it's actually ready to be flipped. So I'm going to take and flip this first piece right here. Notice that we got some charring going already. Well, that's part of the blue cheese that's charring from the barbecue, and the other blue cheese, or excuse me, the gorgonzola cheese, and the gorgonzola cheese inside is actually just cooking inside the meat now. All right, so let's take a look at this bad boy. Oh, look at that. You can actually smell that through the camera. Smell that success. Love that stuff.
Okay, I think the burgers are done, right?
Yes, it actually the burger is done. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it off and we're going to plate this.
All right, now this mac and cheese consists of a little bit of flour, a little bit of pre-cooked bacon, bacon grease. You have milk. You have a little bit of thyme, salt, and pepper, and you just let it kind of saute together for a little while until it thickens up to a nice cheese sauce.
Thicken up. Now, because we're using bacon and Mike's Jewish, we're actually using faking. Because it's faking.
You stink.
It's kind of like your career. You're faking it.
Folks, this is our signature dish once again. This is bacon, mac and cheese, no bun. Your bread's going to come from your pastas, your cheese is going to come from your mac and cheese, and your bacon is already in the bacon, mac and cheese.
What else do you have to add to this?
We're going to sprinkle on some Parmesan, okay?
Okay.
And then we're going to caramelize it. Unfortunately, we don't have our...
Look at this thing.
Caramel... I know.
What are you, like man versus yourself? Look at
Man
this.
versus toilet. All right, so listen. A little bit of Parmesan cheese on top, right? And then what you do is you have one of your, you know that when you those flames that do your creme brulees, put that along the top and brown the Parmesan cheese, and you have your signature dish. You have your signature dish, bacon.
Can you say that again?
We have our signature dish, mac and the big cheese. Mac and the big cheese. Mac and the big cheese.
Now I want you to take a bite of that because my doctor appointment's coming up and I don't know if I can have that just yet. Now, like Mike said, mac and cheese recipe is right here in Ultimate Camp Cooking, right here on page 145, 146. I just noticed that we had this sitting down. I got a little grease on the back of the book here, Mike. But watch this. Yep, all you have to do is wipe it right off.
Waterproof?
It's waterproof. Pages are waterproof and the cover is waterproof. Are you done pigging right now? Because
I'm gonna try this.
all right.
Mac and the big cheese, folks. Signature dish. You're not worthy of this. You are not worthy of this.
Oh, look at that. Wow. This is as cheesy as it gets, but then again, we are Mac and the big cheese. So why would this not be our signature dish?